Speaker, as you may remember, I think the GSM came on stream, I think 2001. And the license holders then, as the MTN, Glo, Airtel, and all of them, were supposed to take services to the rural areas. Because of commercial considerations, as most of us will know, I am sure we have communities that have requested for masts to be installed in their communities. And some of us have written clearly to these bodies. And they will tell you it's commercial. We don't have enough people in these areas. So if we go and install a mast, we are not going to get the return on that investment. But the NCC Act was amended, I think it was in the 6th Assembly, to allow for 2.5% of the annual turnover of the telcos, that the telecommunication companies, to be used by NCC to take the infrastructure to the rural areas. So the NCC, in their own wisdom, dedicated 1% of that fund, which is like 40% of it, to taking infrastructure there. So the idea is that when you have that infrastructure in the rural area, those GSM operators can co-locate their facility there, making it possible to have universal service provision. So if that had happened, everywhere in this country would be covered. That's what that fund was meant for. But what the NCC did for the start, they started with emergency response system, awarded a lot of contracts everywhere. You and I know we don't have that today. Our locals, our communities, there's no emergency response number. Even the units that they so-called, they built, places that were built by NCC, they are not functioning. So the question today, all the monies, the millions of dollars that is collected from the telcos as part of their annual renewal license that goes to NCC, that is meant for this, what is it used for? If we don't have universal coverage in Nigeria, 1, and the universal response system, 2, what is it used for? So, Mr. Speaker, it's straightforward. We need to ask questions. I don't want to go into the issues of when people said they didn't have coverage during the elections and they cannot send, transmit or anything. I don't want to go into all that today.
Yes,
but if this NCC had done its work, we would have had universal coverage in this country today. And if fund has been provided for that, what has happened to the fund? That is the question. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.